Hi guys, I'm Yanni Brown of Making Love Better Together, and today I'd like to come to you to discuss a little bit about being absolutely worth it. And when we talk about being absolutely worth it, ladies, I'm talking directly to you. You are absolutely worth the ring. You are absolutely worth marriage. You are absolutely worth the things that you give in a relationship. So sometimes you need to forget how you feel, because we all in our feelings. Sometimes we need to forget how we feel and remember what we deserve. And as women, we deserve a lot. And I'm not saying that men don't deserve either, but today I'm talking specifically to women. Now, there will come a time in every woman's life where she no longer wants to date for sport. She's not interested in, just out there just hanging out, kicking it. She wants to date with purpose, and casual flings just doesn't really work for her anymore. And that's okay. That's when a woman gets to that particular point in her life. Now, marriage is not for everyone, and I'm not saying that it is, but for those that are desiring marriage or thinking that it'll never happen for them, please understand, ladies, you are absolutely worth the ring and all that comes with it. But there are a couple things you need to do on the process and the journey of being ready for this thing called marriage, because marriage is no joke. It is intense. It's 100 to 100 on any given Sunday. So you got to ask yourself, what do you expect? Definitely worth discussing expectations early on in relationships. If he wants kids and you don't, and vice versa, those are conversations that you need to have with your mate in terms of determining if this person is going to be able to give you what you ultimately want and deserve, which is marriage, if you choose to desire to have that. So in discussing expectations, you can either choose to stay or you can choose to play. It's completely up to you and what it is that you're looking for in terms of a relationship. Then you need to ask yourself, ladies, what time is it? Timing is critical in terms of relationships, because what you're ready for, your mate may not be ready for. So you got to ask yourself, is this the right timing for a relationship? Is there something that I need to complete first? Is there something that I should be doing? All those things are critical, again, in terms of the timing of the relationship. And what may be a good time or a great time for you may not be a great time for your mate, and vice versa. So you got to ask yourself, is it the right time for me to be involved in a relationship? And then also, ladies, I would say check your benefits package. Why are we checking our benefits package? Because this just basically means you got to know yourself and know your worth. And then you got to ask yourself, is it okay with your mate with what they're bringing? And what I mean by that is, what are you bringing to the table, basically? And if what you're bringing to the table matches what your mate is bringing to the table. Because if you're bringing the plate, the knives, the dishes, the silverware, and the setting, what are you really leaving room for him to bring in the relationship? So you got to ask yourself, what am I bringing to the table? Does it blend well with what he's bringing to the table? And can we build a whole meal based on what we're both bringing to the table? And then you have to ask yourself, ladies, if you're no longer being served, can you get up from that table? Because if you're not being served, what are you going to do? Keep giving and keep pouring into that relationship? So you got to ask yourself, what are the benefits package? What are you bringing to the table? And if I'm getting what I want, need, and desire from this said table. Last but not least, check your price tag. Ladies, this is the ownership of just us and what we're doing. Check your price tag, because we may have $100 dreams and wishes, but we're putting ourselves on the clearance rack in terms of what we're settling for. So check your price tag. If you say that you want a relationship and you're not interested in just casually dating, then your price tag has to reflect that. You need to be able to be willing to walk away from a dating situation if you know you ultimately want something that's going to turn into a relationship. Casual, whatever. You need to be able to say, this is no longer working for me. Does this mean I'm going to spend some lonely nights? Absolutely. Does this mean I have to wait on my Mr. Right for me? Absolutely. But you have to be willing and get to a space where you're okay with doing that. Because until you are, you're always going to find yourself on the clearance rack, on the low end rack, on the rack that says I'm originally $120, but I'm willing to go for $20. And that's not to say that I'm putting a price on paying for what it is that you want and need. I'm using that as an analogy because quite oftentimes we say what we're willing to do but then we turn that into what we're settling for. And I don't want us to do that. I want us to say, ladies, you're absolutely worth the ring. You're absolutely worth the wait. You're absolutely worth every desire that he has for you, every want that he has for you. But you have to act accordingly and bow out gracefully when you're no longer being fed. So that's what I have for you today, ladies, in terms of what your worth is for you and knowing that you're worth everything that you give. I cannot stress that enough. Ladies, you are worth everything that you give. The unfortunate thing is sometimes we're willing to give those things to people that aren't necessarily ready to receive, reciprocate, or give back to us in terms of what it is that we need in return. And you have to be discerning in your actions. And not only do you have to be discerning, you have to be willing to act and do and be. In other words, you have to be willing to let go in order to get what you want in return. So, have a great day. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And again, remember, you are absolutely worth it. Follow Yanni Brown at Making Love Better Together. My social media posts and tags are all Making Love Better. That's MAKINGLOVEBETTR. Hope to see you guys soon. Please follow me. Share this if you care to do so, if it speaks to your heart. And again, thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a great day.